What's happening, YouTube? I'm back again with the Zoom H1N handy audio recorder. I did an unboxing on this, but I wanted to go through and kind of highlight some of the features in a little more detail, show the buttons and a little more of the layout. So here we have the front of the unit, and you have Zoom right there on the front next to the 1.5-inch display, and you have your control dial here. You also have two microphones. You can see they're facing opposite directions. And if we look at the buttons, you have audio, low cut, you have a limiter, and auto level. You also have a record button. Then you have a option button and stop. You have play, pause, then you have rewind, and you have fast forward. Look at the bottom, you have a speaker right there. Then you have the H1N handy recorder information right there, branded right there on the front. If we turn it over to the side, you have line out. Then you have volume up and volume down. We turn it to the bottom. You can see where you can, attach a cord, kind of like, with your camera, just to kind of secure it around your wrist if you want to. You have DC 5 volts via USB. You have a settings button for power, hold, and then you have a button here for trash. And then here we have the micro SD, where the micro SD card goes. Then you have your line in. So you have line in on one side, and you have line out on the other side. So we'll turn it back over to the front here. And if you look at the display here, it shows where there's no file. So there you can see how many files you have available. You have your battery level indication there. You have the time, available time for recording based on what format you're in. So in the bottom left here, you can see where it says 44.1 kilohertz at 16 bits. And then the low cut filter right now is set on 80 hertz. The limiter is on and the auto level is off. So if I want to change the record settings, I'm just going to press the audio button, and you can see where it changes the record format. And if you just watch right there, and now I'm in MP3, 128 kilohertz, 192 kilohertz. So also, if you look at the time available for recording, it went from 50 minutes up to 276. So that's a lot of time available for you to record. And of course, it's going to depend on what size SD card you have in there, and in tandem with what file recording format you use. So if you look at the low cut filter, I'm going to press this button right here. Right now it's at 80 hertz, and it goes to 120 hertz, 160 hertz, and then you can turn it completely off. But 80 hertz is as low as you can go. And then you have your limiter. You can turn the limiter on and off just by pressing the button, and then the auto level on and off again. So there's only two settings available for that. And if you can see the left and right audio input as it fluctuates. It is picking up on my voice right now and my current audio level. So if you want to record, just press the record button, and then there's a light that indicates that it's recording. And if you look at the display, you can see the timer there. So right now we're at 10 seconds, and it shows the recording format up at the top there. It shows that we're recording in wave, and you can also set a marker. And then I've already gone over the settings with the limiter and the auto level. So what I'm going to do is I am going to stop the recording right there, and then I'm going to play it back. So it recorded, but the audio level is kind of low because it's not right next to me, and I don't have an external mic plugged in, but you can see you have your playback and it's recording 1 of 1, and it shows the duration as well. So it counts down and it shows 28 seconds, but then it counts down as well. So you can see that it was only 29 seconds in duration. So it'll show you how much time has elapsed as well. And then if I press the stop button again, it just kind of goes, or I'm sorry, if I press it again, it goes back to the original screen. But if I hold down on the stop button, it gives me options. So you can see here it says auto record, and various other options, pre-record, self timer, and you have a sound marker, but all of those things are turned off. But you would utilize the audio button, low cut, limiter, and auto level button to control those features as well. So again, I just hold down on that, and then you can see that it changes and gives you more options. And then with the audio level, so I turned the input level to 10, and you can see how it kind of picks up on my voice a lot more than it was before, versus when I turn it down to 6, and then we'll go all the way down to 0. So it's barely picking up my voice at all right there. So that's how you adjust your input level. And depending on where you are, and that's a good time where you would want to use the limiter, where you would turn the limiter on, because you don't want any clipping, of course. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the Zoom H1N handy recorder. And I did want to show you one other thing. So I do have a lava mic, as I mentioned in my unboxing, but if you want to use that, you would just plug that right here into the line in, and now it shows you that there's an external in. So it recognizes that there's an external device, and you can see that it's still picking up on my voice even though I have an external device connected. And same thing with the audio level input. If I turn that all the way down to 0, and you don't see anything on the meter. So you can adjust the low cut filter. You can actually turn that off. Again, depending on where you are, and how much noise and sound you want to pick up. But even still, at the input level being at 0, it doesn't pick up very much sound. But then I turned it up maybe halfway, and now you can see that it's actually working there. So there you have it, folks. The Zoom. Now it switched back to it switched back to internal microphone. But there you have it, the Zoom H1N handy recorder. And let me know if you guys have this and what you think of it. So this is my first external audio recorder, so I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I want to switch to using this for my YouTube videos and any other audio needs that I have. But let me know what you guys use. Let me know what you think. If you have something that works better, let me know that as well. All right, thanks, peace, and don't forget to ask, what's in the box?